Hello. Let me just start by saying thank you for doing this. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and thank you for taking the time to go through the whole nominating committee process. Without people like you, PPA would not be the success that it is, because it is volunteer driven, and so thank you very much for what you're doing. I am Trey Homan. I'm married to Elizabeth Homan, and I'm coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, in the production room of Artistic Images. My wife and I have 3 boys. We have Jacob, who's 22, who has a chromosome abnormality called Phelan-McDermid syndrome, which requires him to have constant supervision. We have Jackson, who just turned 18. He is a senior at Johnston High School and is on the defending 6A UIL Texas State Marching Band team. Then we have Joshua, who is 16. He just started driving, so look out, that should scare you. And he plays football on the JV B team for the Johnston Jaguars. And I'm telling you a little bit about my family because I want to answer question number 2. Am I willing to give time, energy, and the commitment to support the mission of PPA for at least a 2-year term? My boys are important to me, and when things are important, you create time. I have not missed any of Jackson's marching band events this year, and sometimes he has 2 or even 3 a week. Joshua, he's on that B team, so there's a real good chance that I'm not going to get to see him play much, if any, because in Texas, football rules. And so winning is everything, but my wife and I make time, we create time to get to those football games because we know that's important to him and it's important to me, and so that's a responsibility that I have. Just like if I was elected to the board of directors, that would be a responsibility, and I would create time in order to do it. I do question kind of the second part of that, and it talks about at least a 2-year term. While I know that you're only elected in 2-year increments, I do think that you need to have more of a long range goal in mind when you're running for the board. Because in order to see your vision completed, you have to give it time. PPA is a big boat; it doesn't turn fast, and things have to go through an action team, or things have to come from the board, then go to an action team that's reported back to the board, that then has to go to the BRE. The BRE has to have a meeting. Then it takes time, and so that's why I think it's important that you recognize that and that you're willing to devote more than just 2 years. I do understand that it may not work out. You may decide that the board of directors really isn't a good fit for you, and so completely understand that. But to me, the question just kind of says a little bit diminishes. Well, not diminish, but almost shortens the expectation. The second question I want to answer is, what does leadership mean to me? And that's a really complex question because there are a lot of aspects to it, because there's just not one word or one sentence that can describe what leadership is. The first thing, though, for me is a leader owns the decisions that are made. Period. Behind the doors, you can have the discussions and you can disagree, but when those doors open up, that decision was made and you own it. And there's no, well, I didn't want to do that. That doesn't happen with a leader. Also, at the leader, when ideas are successful, a good leader promotes the other people within the organization and gives them credit for the job that they did. But when an idea crashes, a good leader, he owns it. It's his decision. He doesn't bash the other people that may have made that decision. He owns it. A good leader inspires others to do better and to get better, even when things are going bad. Good leaders always there to lend support in a positive way, not in a negative or a condescending or a way that makes people feel down. And then I think the last part about a leadership is that they put organization first. Yeah, all leadership has an agenda, but that agenda should be for the organization to be the best that it can be and to do what they can to help represent the membership the best. So they asked us to make this 5 to 7 minutes long, so there we go. Thanks again for doing this, and I look forward to talking to you guys later. Bye-bye.